Most of us measure fish with some kind of tape measure, but honestly, it's pretty tough to do on the river and it might not be as accurate as we think. And now there's this thing called the proof ball that claims to use AI to measure fish from just a simple picture. So today, I'm putting it to the test on every fish, comparing it to a tape measure to see how accurate it really is and whether it's actually a better way to get a measurement. Welcome to Fifth Day Fly Fishing. I'll see you out there. The idea for the day is to run through maybe like 5 or 6 different tests with the proof ball. And it's not gonna be all the same tests. It's gonna be, okay, this is how I use the proof ball pretty much in every one of my videos. And then different ways that you probably shouldn't use the proof ball or that the website says to not use it. And then ultimately comparing all of that to a tape measure and a fish scale. That is the idea. Now I caught a brown trout right here last time I was up here. So it'd be cool to see if that fish was still there. That's a fish, that's a rainbow. Hey, buddy. I'll take that though. There we go. All right, yeah, this isn't a very big dude, but that's okay. We'll get some different size fish throughout the day. Okay. All right, so I got them down in the water here. Here is how I do a proof ball measurement because I'm using a GoPro, right? So I'll just take the fish. This guy's very fired up. I will put the proof ball on my pinky. Oh, very possible I'll lose this fish. If I do, we'll get some more. There you go. And I'll put it right below the fish. So that's an important part. So that should give a measurement right there. So the idea is that I just held it right in the middle of the camera. All right, probably about, I don't know, 2 feet from the camera. And then it'll give the length, the girth, and then a weight. So I'm gonna try to get just the length measurement with the tape measure, and then I'm gonna get the overall weight with this fish scale right here. It's got standard tape measure here, and my fish scale. This right here is the toughest part. Getting a daggum tape measurement. All right, I got this guy. He's at about 10 inches. So we'll call that 10 inches, maybe 10 1/4 for the tape measure. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the fish scale and I'm just gonna weigh the fish in the net. And I've already weighed the net, and the net weighs 1.01 pounds. So we have 1.46. So that means this fish weighs 0.45. So I'll pop up those measurements as well, compare that to the proof ball. But that'll do it for test 1. And then test 2, we're gonna show some different angles of the fish and different ways to hold it with the proof ball that might throw off the measurement, stuff like that. I've been using the proof ball for probably over a year. I think it is right at over a year. I think it's really helpful. I don't know whether you disagree with the measurements it gives, which according to the comments that I receive in my videos, you know, there's quite a few people who think the measurements are way off. One thing to note, I'm not coming up with those measurements. That's coming straight out of the app. And that is the way that the proof ball works. So you load a picture of the ball next to the fish into the app, and then it gives you the measurements. You do not manipulate the measurements at all. By the way, I am not affiliated at all with Proof Ball or Fish Techie or anything. I just wanted to do a fun test as a rock. So this, I guess I could say, just to cover myself, is for entertainment purposes only. The reason I do it is because I like data. I like popping stuff up on the screen. You know, I don't really care too much about the size of the fish unless it's really big. That's a fish right there, actually. That's a good size one. Oh, goodness. Don't get down here on me, buddy. Hold that thought just for a second. This is a good sized rainbow, I think, unless he's just in this current. I don't want to chase him. I think I might need to though. Let me get over here. This feels like a pretty good sized rainbow right here. Oh, it is a good size one. Come here, buddy. I want you in my net. Yes, that's a good one. So here's a couple of different things about the proof ball. It says this on their website. It's a pretty good sized fish. First off, I'll get a regular measurement that I would typically do with the proof ball. That's a good rainbow right here. Hopefully don't flop out. Holding the ball directly below the fish there. There you go, okay? Now look, if I, oh, he's about to flop, I can feel it. If I hold this fish at angles, it's gonna mess up the measurement. So if I hold him like this, so that's gonna mess everything up. So I'm interested to see what measurements come up with the proof ball on that one, but you're supposed to hold them as flat as possible to the camera. Got my camera angled down a little bit. This is tough, especially with trying to not keep him out of the water that much. There's a 0. I've got him at about 14. Right at about 14 is what the tape measure is saying. Maybe 13 3/4. The tape measure is not perfect. Obviously, you got a flopping fish. It's not really easy to get a good measurement. Okay, so keeping in mind the net weighs 1.01. Stay in there. We got 2.29. So that means this fish weighs 1.28, 1 1/4 basically. All right, I think I got all the measurements I need for this guy. Let him go. That's a good sized trout though. Look at that, dude. That's a good one. Healthy guy. See you, buddy. How you going? Okay, so for test number 3, I have something a little bit different in mind as well. For each of these tests, I have something a little different. Okay, I'm gonna move up a little bit more, but if you don't mind leaving this video a like, it actually helps a whole lot, and I just really appreciate it, and I just really appreciate all the support I've gotten so far, so thank you. There's gotta be something in this. Has to be. That was a fish, man. I felt it. I know there's a fish in here. Oh, that's a fish. Nice. Just turned it around. I was twitching it a little bit. I think he's too big. That's all right. It'll work for our test. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a measurement the way that I typically do it, but obviously a lot of people on the river don't have a GoPro. So what they'll do is they'll throw the ball in the net with the fish. This is just a really small guy, but that's okay. There you go. I don't know. I'm gonna 8 inches maybe. But what a lot we'll do is we go like that, boom. And try to get the fish straight, something like that, next to the ball. As long as the ball is on the same plane as the fish, it can get a good measurement. There you go. So hopefully that'll do. Okay, so now this is the hardest part. Starting with a 0. He is right at about 10. All right, little guy, but we'll take it. Here, buddy. See ya. So if you're not familiar with the proof ball, by the way, all it's doing is it's taking the size of the ball, which it knows. It just knows the size of the ball, so it's just using it as a reference against the fish. So it's really important that the ball is on the same plane as the fish. And so for this next test, that's what I'm wanting to show, is how big of a difference in measurement it can actually make. Okay, so I came to a different stretch of river. This one's a little bit slower. This is probably really good for a dry dropper, but it's all good. I'm just gonna stick with what I have. See if we can get a couple out of here. Probably need to get it even deeper. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's a decent one. This be good for test number 4 here. Oh, come on, buddy. Yeah. Okay, so they're down deep. This guy was like hugging the bottom. He's not that big, but he's fighting really, really well. I'd say this is probably 12. Oh, here we go, bud. Nice. Okay, so on the Fish Techie website, it says that the proof ball needs to be on the same plane as the fish. I think I might have said that already. So what I want to do is get a measurement just right under it like I normally do. Then a little in front, like hold the fish back here, have the ball up here, and a little behind it, and see what kind of difference that makes. And then obviously we'll get the tape measurements and all that. This guy's very floppy. Pretty fish. So there's right under. Okay, that's a little in front of the fish, just a little even, and that's behind him. So that's behind him probably 2 inches. So we'll see how much, just that little amount, right? That wasn't, you know, I wasn't holding it way closer, way further away. I'm interested to see how much of a difference that makes. Okay, and now for what is easily the hardest part, getting this tape measurement. Is that how you say that? Come on, dude. Just chill with me just for a second, bud, please. The less you flop around, the better it is. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. Zeros on the mouth. I got him at about 11. About 11 inches. Okay, this is also a part where he could flop out of the net pretty easily. Get him to calm down. All right, 1.68. So this fish weighs 0.67. A little over half pound. Okay. Here, buddy. Oh. All right. I'm gonna do one more test, and that's basically gonna show taking a screenshot from the GoPro versus taking a picture with your phone. Because their website says that the most accurate data will come from either a phone picture or taking a picture directly from their app, which I don't see how that would make any bit of a difference. All right, this will probably be the last stop. If we can pull one out, we should be able to. I might have ruined this one. I sort of stepped in it. There's a fish right there. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Oh my gosh, he took off. Whoa. It's a pretty good one. Dude, he's going nuts. I'll get downstream of him. There we go. Yes. It's not even really that big. He was fighting like crazy though. All right, so this should be the final test. I might stick around a little bit longer to see if I can get a bigger one. But the idea for this test is that it's going to be a screenshot from the GoPro versus just a straight picture from the cell phone. On the website, it says that a direct picture taken from a phone will work better, will be more accurate. I don't see why that would be the case. Like, what's the difference between a screenshot and just a straight up picture? But we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hold the fish a little different here. And I'm gonna try to dangle the ball just directly under it. There we go, just like that. You should be able to see the whole fish. Perfect. So now I'm gonna have to get out the phone and take a picture with it and hopefully not drop it in the river. That would be ideal. I should be able to take some pictures just like this. Okay, yep. Sure. Oh, okay. I got the pictures. I got the pictures. Dude, that's no bueno. Dang it, dude. Okay, well, I dropped that guy before I could get the tape measurement or the weight, so that stinks. I'm gonna try to get another, and we'll do it again. Come on, man. We gotta be able to get a fifth one out of here. The fifth measurable fish. Ooh, did you see the way that rod tip bent right there? There we go, thank you. Not huge. Goodness gracious, these guys fight like crazy. Like, this guy's not very big, but are you seeing the way it's fighting? That's a little wild trout, isn't it? I'll tell you what, this is a wild fish, but it's big enough. I'm actually interested to see how big this one is. A little bit bigger of a wild one. This is the one where I'm gonna compare the screenshot from the GoPro to the phone. Okay. And try to keep them in the water as much as possible. All I gotta do is dangle the ball below the fish. There you go. Okay, it's in full frame. Good. Guess I'm gonna hold the phone like that. I'm gonna take pictures like that. Okay, I believe I got a good picture. Now the measuring tape, which is just, oh my goodness, this is just sort of silly. Good thing I got a wet rock right in front of me. Perfect. Boom. He's right at 8 inches. I put him right at 8, which that's actually a pretty good little wild trout. All right, so for the last measurement, zero this out here, zeroed. Just get the weight, because the proof ball also gives the weight. Don't flop out. 1.28, so this guy weighs just over 1/4 of a pound. He should weigh 0.27. There you go. Now final little shot of this dude, and we'll let him go. Beautiful little wild trout here. Love that. I normally end a video on a big fish, but beautiful little wild trout will do. By the way, the proof ball isn't made to be perfect. The idea behind the proof ball, and it says it on the website, it's really to keep the fish safe while giving you a good measurement. So it is not 100% accurate, but you know what? Neither is ripping out a tape measure or something like that. And yeah, sure, some nets have the tape measure like on the handle and stuff like that, that's great, but not all of them do, especially the cheaper ones. So, but either way, this video is just meant to be fun. Hopefully you got some useful information out of it. I really appreciate everybody sticking around to the end. If you don't mind leaving this video a like and subscribing if you haven't already, those things really help a whole lot. And let me know what you think about the proof ball in the comments. But thanks so much once again, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. See ya.